Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the monitor. Specifically, we'll cover how to set up and use it effectively. Also, we will share some useful tips to get the most out of this important component. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. First, we will learn how to get your monitor to work. To do that, there are two steps. 1. Physical connections, and 2. Proper connection steps. Let's start with physical connections. You need to make sure that you have all the necessary cables to connect your monitor to your computer. Most monitors come with the power cable, but often you need to provide the video cable yourself. The type of cable that you need depends on what kind of ports your computer has. Here are some of the most common ones. First is HDMI. This is by far the most common type of video connection. It carries both audio and high-resolution video signals, so you only need a single cable for both. Next is DisplayPort. This is a newer connection that is becoming more common. It's similar to HDMI in that it carries both audio and video. However, it generally has higher performance than HDMI, making it a good choice for gamers or editors who need a high refresh rate or high resolution. Next is DVI. This is an older digital connection that is still used by some monitors. It does not carry audio, so you will need to use a separate cable for that. Lastly, we have VGA. This is an even older analog connection that is rarely used these days. If your monitor only has this port, you may want to consider getting a new one. Now, if you do end up needing a cable, luckily you can find them easily online. Now, once you have your monitor connected to your computer using the appropriate cable, it's time to move on to step 2. Which is following the proper connection steps. Before you do that, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel. Alright, now let's continue. For the best results, make sure to follow these steps in order. First, turn off your computer. Next, connect the video cable to both your monitor and computer. Afterwards, connect the power cable to the monitor itself. Then turn on the monitor, and lastly, turn on your computer. Once your computer turns on, it should automatically detect your monitor and install the necessary drivers. If it doesn't, you can try restarting your computer or manually installing the drivers from your monitor's manufacturer website. Now that your monitor is set up, it's time to configure the display settings. We will show you how to do that for both Windows and Mac OS. For Windows users, right-click on your desktop, go to Display Settings. In the Display Settings window, make sure that the resolution is set to the recommended value. You can also try increasing the refresh rate for a smoother display. To do that, go to Advanced Display Settings, Display Adapter Properties, Monitor tab, and change the refresh rate to the highest value. For Mac OS users, click on the Apple menu, go to System Preferences, then choose Displays. In the Displays window, make sure that the Default for Display option is selected. You can also choose to customize the resolution to your liking. If you have more than one monitor connected, you can use the Arrangement tab to decide how they should be arranged. If everything is working correctly, you should now be able to see an image on your monitor. However, if you're experiencing some issues, here are some troubleshooting tips. If you're seeing no signal or black screen, check all of your cable connections. If that doesn't work, try a different video cable or port. As a last resort, you can try testing the monitor with another device such as a laptop or TV. If none of those options work, the problem could be with the monitor itself, in which case you will need to contact the manufacturer for support. If you're seeing the wrong resolution, try resetting it to the recommended value. You can usually find this value in the monitor's user guide or on the manufacturer's website. If that doesn't work, you can try updating your graphics driver. You can do this through Windows Update or by going to your graphics card manufacturer's website. If your display is flickering, check all of your cable connections. If that doesn't work, try changing the refresh rate or updating your graphics drivers. If none of those options work, the problem could be with the monitor itself. Next, let's talk about some advanced features that you can use to get the most out of your monitor. If you have more than one monitor connected to your computer, you can use the display settings to decide how they should be arranged. By default, most monitors will be set to duplicate mode 8, meaning that whatever is displayed on your main monitor will also be displayed on your secondary monitor. However, you can change this setting so that your monitors are set up in an extended mode. This allows you to use both monitors as if they were one large monitor, which can be helpful if you're working on a large project or watching a movie. You can also use the display settings to adjust the brightness, contrast, and color settings of your monitors. This can help ensure that you are getting the most accurate colors possible. If you are a gamer, there are a few things that you can do to optimize your gaming monitor. First, if your monitor supports FreeSync or G-Sync, make sure to enable it. This will help reduce screen tearing and stuttering, which can improve your gaming experience. Next, set the refresh rate of your monitor to the highest value. This will give you the smoothest possible image quality. Finally, reduce the response time of your monitor. This can help reduce blurriness and ghosting, which can be especially noticeable when playing fast-paced games. To change the response time, you will need to access the monitor's on-screen display, or OSD. This is usually done by pressing a button on the back of the monitor. Once in the OSD, look for an option called Response Time or Pixel Response Time. This can sometimes be hidden in a submenu. Once you find it, set it to the fastest value. However, doing this may result in more artifacts or errors being shown on the screen. So you may need to find a balance between image quality and speed. Speaking of the OSD, let's take a closer look at how to use it. Most monitors have an on-screen display or OSD that allows you to adjust various settings such as brightness, contrast, and input source. The OSD is usually controlled with a small joystick that is located on the back of the monitor. Using the joystick, you can navigate through the various menus and submenus until you find the setting that you want to change. Once you find it, you can use the joystick to adjust the setting to your liking. Finally, let's take a look at some maintenance tips for your monitor. First, you should clean the screen of your monitor regularly. To do this, use a microfiber cloth and avoid using any harsh chemicals. Next, you should use a screensaver or turn off your monitor when you're not using it. This can help prevent burn-in. Lastly, you should update the graphics drivers for your monitor regularly. This can help ensure that your monitor is working properly and can also improve performance. That's all for today's video. We hope that you learned how to set up and use your monitor effectively. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below. And if you liked this video, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel.